Let's do casual geographic now. I want to watch some sharks. The sharks that Hollywood made you forget. So, this will be a real test to my marine bio background. Am I actually gonna know these sharks? I feel like I have pretty solid shark knowledge. Oh, you like sharks? Name every individual shark. Okay, actually, let me try and name every shark that I can remember right now off the top of my head. This isn't gonna be very impressive. I don't think it's gonna be very impressive. Bull shark, great white shark, tiger shark, black-tipped reef shark, nurse shark, hammerhead. Ooh, I know I can. A goblin shark. Goblin, dude, those nuts or something. My brain's gonna explode. Gulper shark. Green shark. A Greenland shark? They're called both, I think. Greenland, whatever. Lone shark! Okay, well I could name 9 off the top of my head. I do technically know more, but that's all I remember.
To be fair, I'd pump fake the higher power and anticipate being devoured if I
that's a
ever
Thresher,
saw
isn't
that
it?
in the water with me. Let alone in Long Island. At least if I didn't know what it was. So here's some Thresher shark propaganda.
Yay! Yay! I could identify it with the tail! Oh, I'm happy.
And I mean that more for
They're
him
kinda
than you.
cute.
This shark needs a lot more reassurance than you do.
Yeah.
The Thresher shark has been out here threshing for over 50 million years, and they spend all of it
He's just a
looking
guy.
like they really need an adult. Search up social anxiety with gills, you will get a literal baby shark. They're physically designed to be passive. Thresher sharks can't throw hands, because they don't have any. But if they did, they just twiddle their thumbs behind their back. They look like their entire existence is a jump scare. It's because the big eyes help when grocery shopping where the sun barely shines part-time. They have the
They're like
same
a deer in
tapetum
headlights.
lucidum layer that cats have, which reflects light back into the retina and gives sharks night vision. Perfect for snatching prey out the dark like the Reaper. The big-eye Thresher took that trait and pushed the slider all the way to the edge. Because yeah, there's actually 3 species of shark under the Thresher shark umbrella. The common Thresher, the pelagic Thresher, and the big-eye Thresher, which is a baby Looney Tunes version of the concept, with eyes rotated and angled toward the top of the head so the big eye can see directly above it. Those eyes—
that's wow, it is huge. Dude, that eye is massive.
eyes are a cheat code when playing hide and seek with the things they eat. They're also the caricature of every bystander at Target watching someone's child throw a tantrum. Silent judgment, but crippling in action. And even though the eyes are involved with hunting, the tsundere shark is still pretty introvert coded. Threshers are as shy as their headshot would suggest, and there's no verified record of one attacking a human. With how timid they are much more afraid of you and will go out of their way not to be perceived, and will even exhibit diel vertical migrations, where they spend the day posted down in the cold dark abyss, only to come up to the surface at night to feed. Hence the enemy eyes, especially for a big eye Thresher, which is by far the most suited for life in an everyday bird box challenge. They even have a built-in heat system where the big eye has a network of blood vessels called the rete mirabile, I hope I pronounced that right, which circulates heat to the brain and eyes, and this system can thresh in water colder than a Yeti in a brass bra without having the metabolism of molasses like the Greenland shark. They wait 150 years to get laid. Nothing about them is fast. In fact, they might as well be the opposite. Where Threshers have big eyes for sight, Greenland sharks get blinded by a parasite. And where Greenland sharks are often found where there's polar bears around, Threshers can be found in waters worldwide, like under the Atlantic Beach Bridge. But most importantly, where Greenland stomachs have been found with seals, polar bears, and allegedly a human leg, a Thresher shark is almost physically incapable of biting you. Their eyes are so big, it somehow distracts you from the fact that they have a tiny mouth and some baby-ass teeth, too. It's like they were
I didn't know that a Greenland shark has digested a human before. That's kind of crazy.
built to be non-confrontational, with teeth that can only really grief small fish and squid.
He's so
a mini
cute.
mouth to go with social anxiety, with a mama I true up face. Now a shark is a shark, and nature didn't cook for longer than Saturn's had rings just to make a shark that couldn't defend itself.
It looks like a big tuna.
But it isn't the teeth. It's the 50 Shades of Grey cosplay a normal person would call a tail. That tail is a lot longer than you think, and it's for slapping the absolute daylights out of prey with a nearly 10-foot whip. That tail hits harder than the job market for a comp sci major, and one hit can incapacitate multiple fish.
Not me
Once
catching
again,
strays.
That tail is a lot longer than you think and can slice prey clean in half. Threshers slap prey so fast, it boils the water around them and creates cavitation bubbles.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Cavitation
that.
bubbles are small pockets of pure chaos that are thousands of degrees and release incredibly destructive energy when popped. It's the same science the pistol shrimp uses to knock prey straight off the mortal plane, and these bubble nukes mean Thresher sharks don't need a direct hit to life-deprive multiple fish. The process is pretty insane to witness. Scientists studying them say it's one flick of a tail followed by a mess of ruptured swim bladders and broken spines, which the Thresher shark immediately eats. Don't let the kawaii gubby distract you from the fact that if you're a fish, the Thresher can demote you to flesh confetti in 2
He has the eyes of a killer,
The Thresher
Bella.
can also package 12 years of prejudice on a person with one hit. There are legends of fishermen messing with a thresher until it swung its tail and took one of their heads off.
Oh
now,
my
do I
God.
believe a grown man genuinely got his smacked smooth off? Not really, but the same power slap Pokemon that's Eternal
I
Night
believe
Clover
it.
fish and even some birds. Like, yeah, they will bird strike Tweety right out the air. Could easily knock your teeth out and probably break your neck. But again, there isn't really a record of a thresher shark attacking a person, and if there is, you definitely did something. If you make a shark that looks like a kid caught with a DS under the pillow at 2 a.m. choose violence,
definitely
you
our
ask for it in
fault.
everything but writing. He's just a shy shark, but he's not the shy. That's a shy shark. Haplo is a type of cat shark, also called a Happy Eddy. The Haplobephorus genus has...
Oh, I totally forgot about I didn't even name cat sharks. Man, it's because I was thinking of catfish. Like, every time I thought of the word cat, I was like, catfish? I was like, that's not a shark. I don't know why I keep thinking about catfish. Damn, I study cat sharks too. Man, I studied deep sea cat sharks.
3 other species: the plain happy or the brown shy shark, the pretty happy or the
shy
dark shy
shark?
shark, and the natal shy shark.
Oh, they're so
or Happy
cute.
Chappy. And the Happy Eddy's more common name is the puff adder shy shark, named puff adder due to sharing the venomous serpent's skin pattern. But it's also been called the donut because their personality is the polar opposite. When the puff adder shy shark gets scared, it'll curl itself into a ring and cover its eyes with its tail. That way it protects its
That's
vital
so
organs and makes the shark
cute.
harder to swallow. It also makes them virtually invisible off the fact that if they
Oh
can't
my
see you,
God.
surely you can't see them. Or they'll just play dead and pray that whatever triggered it loses interest. To be fair, it's
It's
not
just
for
a
no
baby.
reason. Happy Eddy is a crazy name for a shark that gets bullied by everything. Bigger sharks like seven gills will prey on them, and fur seals have been seen
my
using
God.
shy
Hello.
sharks as chew toys. Worst part is, a lot of times the fur seal play session only gets interrupted when a kelp gull steals a shark just to eat itself. The shy shark
Whoa.
basically gets passed around like a baton at the oppression
Oh,
Olympics.
man.
Scientists
That's
studied the
brutal.
sharks in False Bay, and if they didn't get their heads ripped off by a fur seal or swallowed whole by an avian antichrist, they just end up discarded as a lifeless corpse back into the sea. They also get murked by fishers, who tend to see them as a
Yikes.
pest, which is why
What?
the puff adder shy shark isn't just shy, it's endangered and only found in waters off South Africa. And to be honest, he should be shy and scared, but not nervous, because we already have one of those. I feel bad for the nervous shark. Even its Latin name couldn't resist throwing
The
a string,
nervous shark.
which means the shark essentially gets called
Wait,
a
I
punk
haven't
in
seen
multiple
this one.
languages. There's nearly 200 species of shark that can be found in Australia, and the nervous shark seems to be the only one who knows it, as they're incredibly
Oh,
shy
wow.
and timid. Nervous sharks are notoriously difficult to get on camera, because most won't let you get close enough to try, which means
Wow,
this is one of the few
interesting.
times where the prey is infinitely scarier than the predator, as nervous sharks have been known to eat venomous sea snakes.
Oh,
That
wow.
same shark requires the mannequin challenge just to be perceived, because any small movement or even the click from a camera sends them swimming off into the abyss. It's actually not uncommon to
that's
see them in a
crazy.
group, or a shiver as it's called, but let
Shiver.
one lay an eye on you and the whole show will go ocean incognito. And with all they do to social distance from us, it makes sense that almost every picture of them taken was against their will. So imagine what it's
Aw,
like to
man.
be a blue shark. Blue sharks look like they were told a dirty joke years ago and are
Oh,
still
blue
shocked
shark,
as
we
hell
know
at the
that one.
punchline. Like the Thresher, blue sharks have big eyes to help with hunting and
Yeah, blue
blocking
sharks
prey
are
in the
cool.
dark, since the predatory pinhead does
Pretty
most of
chill.
his work at night.
Pretty
And like
classic
many sharks,
shark.
blues use counter shading, meaning if you're looking at them from above, the blue roof blends in with the blue from the abyss. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
below them, the white underbelly disappears in the light from the sky. But it's
Yeah.
possible the color-coded camouflage is for hiding from more than just prey. In
Oh.
2012, dive operator Chris Follows was leading a group a little off Cape Town as usual, with a group of 10 blue sharks pulling up on the bait Chris had set. Chris was a 20-year
10?
dive veteran at this point, so this
Okay.
wasn't new to him, or at least it
Oh
wasn't.
wow, they have really long snouts. I never knew that. I didn't realize how long they were. They look like they almost look like barracudas because they're so like long and skinny.
Until a big male fur seal spawned in and tore one of the sharks in half and started
Whoa.
feeding on its abdomen. He then eviscerated another shark, and for dessert, he bisected
Oh my
a third.
God.
The seal savaged 5 sharks in a row until Chris eventually shoved off, but it's likely the
Damn.
seal clutched a 1v10 with very little
Jesus
effort. As insane as
Christ.
that was, if Chris had a nickel for every time he watched a shark get murked by a seal, he'd have 2 nickels.
Seals are vicious, dude. They're terrifying.
Because in 2004, he watched the first seal chase down a blue shark, toss it into the air,
What
just
the
to
hell?
disembowel it and eat his stomach and liver. So forgive a predatory Poindexter if he looks like he's
Wow.
constantly afraid of getting his lunch money taken. It's actually one of the reasons blue sharks aren't super common in aquariums. They're not super hard to feed and house, but they often get bullied by tank mates like bull, gray reef, sandbar, and sand tiger sharks. And by bullied, I mean the blue
Oh,
sharks got eaten
sand
alive in
shark.
front of a live viewing
about
audience as soon
sand
as it got
sharks?
introduced to another species. That, and they have the habit of brushing against tank walls until they
Oh,
rub
he's
their
so
skin raw
tiny.
and die of an infection.
Oh my
Who would have thought
God.
that a shark that
They're
can
stupid.
travel thousands of miles in a year essentially self-destructs in a fishbowl? But they're not as neurotic as a nervous shark. They've been nicknamed blue dogs for apparently having the personality of a puppy.
That's me! That's us! Wait, it's us! It's us as a shark! It's me as a shark! Wow! Wait, I accidentally found my shark Sona? What the hell? Wow! I just got kin assigned a shark Sona from Casual Geographic. How many people can say that?
Same fish that would get shoved into a locker at Shark
That's
School is
awesome.
inquisitive and will investigate human divers, where they'll bump
Thanks,
you
Casual
and prod
Geographic.
you, but not like in a predatory, intimidating way, but the way a toddler might try to get your attention while you're on the phone. Now, I don't want to do the whole sea puppy thing
it's
because
so
a blue
cute.
shark will bite the goodwill out of you, but mostly in the same way a squirrel bit me as a kid, mostly by accident and largely by my own
Okay,
actions.
less cute.
In their defense, there have been 13 recorded blue shark bites on humans in history, with 4
that's not
deaths.
bad.
On the other side,
Okay,
the blue
that's a little
shark is
bad.
the most heavily fished shark, with up to over 80% of the sharks dying
he's
as
chillin'.
bycatch being blue sharks. Meaning,
pretty.
millions of these sharks get murked by people a year, and most of them are just a casualty. Clearly, the blue shark can't catch a break, which might
Poor
be why they have
guy.
to personally screen any human in their area.
It's just like me with Twitch chat. Every day I get murked by you guys. Every day I get murked by chat. I really am a blue shark. At heart.
But if you're looking to get in the water with sharks for the first time, you can't really go wrong with a pretty blue. And not just because they're as close to harmless as a torpedo with teeth can get, because you're almost guaranteed to get a picture like this.
Oh wait,
Or
that's
this.
awesome.
Maybe even this. Or maybe, or my, oh my fucking days. What
the
am I
fuck?
looking at? Who in the fuck? Oh, that's George. The Port Jackson shark is
what?
named after Port Jackson to Sydney Harbor, and that was named after Sir George Jackson. The Port Jackson shark is a harmless cinnamon roll of a predator, unless you're looking at it from the front, or if you
What
step
the
on
hell?
them, because their dorsal spines are believed to be venomous. Though if you have the heart to
Whoa.
step on this shark, you deserve the consequences. Especially because there's not really a case of a Port Jackson attacking a human, and I say not really
I've never
because
heard of this
what
one.
went down in 2011. Which wasn't really an attack more than the Port Jackson clamping its mouth around a Victoria man's leg. But it wasn't hard enough to
That's
draw
fine.
blood, and the man was still able to swim away with the shark attached. So it was
Jesus Christ, look at those teeth on the inside. It's like a cheese grater in there. Oh my God. I think this is actually the most horrifying mouth I've ever seen in a marine animal. And that's tough competition. It's just so spiky in there. Maybe, I feel like actually maybe there is a worse mouth that I've seen on a marine animal before. But this definitely is top 5. This is definitely a top 5 most horrifying mouth.
version of an ankle, but I mean a child hugging your leg. That is the closest a literal cuttlefish gets to violence. They don't even bite in the traditional sense. PJ sharks have smaller, pointed teeth in the front for things like small fish.
What did you
and
just call
flatter
it?
teeth in the back to crush mollusks, and you can actually tell the age of a shark based on the type of teeth you find more of in their mouth. They also have some of the weirdest eggs I've ever seen. I know that kind of came out of nowhere,
Whoa!
but I didn't know how to transition to the topic, and I could not let this slide. It looks like a screw, because
That's
that's
so
exactly what mothers
cool!
do. They'll screw the egg into rocks, coral, or any crevice, so it
he's
doesn't get
eating it.
dislodged later. Unfortunately, that doesn't stop other fish or even other Port Jacksons from uncovering the eggs and slurping the egg yolk out like an amniotic Go-Gurt. But
What
the main
the
reason I'm
fuck?
bringing George up is
The
because
yolk?
they're so cute it
Nom, nom,
actually
nom,
makes
nom.
me angry. I guess that's just cuteness aggression. I aggressively want to protect this shark at all costs.
He's
Now
so
again, I
cute.
don't want to push the sea puppy thing because I believe that could be just as bad for sharks as demonizing
Whoa!
them.
It was
But the
born!
PJ makes that real difficult with the fact that they can form genuine bonds with people. Rick Anderson is an Australian diving instructor who's been in a nearly decade-long relationship with a shark. Rick met her.
No way! He has a shark girlfriend! For 10 years! Congratulations, Rick, or whatever your name was. That's really sick, actually. I wanna, now I wanna dive in Australia and befriend a shark. Befriend one of these silly little guys. They're so cute!
As a 6-inch
Aw,
freshly
man.
hatched Port Jackson pup while leading a diving class. According to him, he just wanted to show his students how friendly the sharks could be and post one of
So
them onto his
cute.
hand so he could give her a pet. In return,
The way that it likes to be pet. Stop!
the shark showed Rick just how committed a she shark can be, as she'd be attached to him ever since.
Oh
Even
my
as a
God.
6-foot adult, she'd actively ignore and swim past other divers just to get her cuddle time with Rick. And no, he never fed her, he never even gave
That's
her a
so
name yet, like a
sweet.
homing pigeon. If he was in the water, she'd find him. A
Oh
beautiful
my
story
God.
for a shark so adorable.
That's
you could just
insane.
take one and put it in your pocket if they didn't grow to the size of an NBA point guard. Luckily, there's a shark for exactly that, and you'll never guess its name.
What?
The pocket shark was found completely by accident. It was
What?
during a Gulf of Mexico expedition meant to study sperm whales that scientists found a shark that honestly looks like a whale nature shrunk as a vet. The name comes from the fact that you could honestly smuggle one in your pocket, but also for the small
What the
pockets
fuck?
these sharks have under their gills, which are filled with bioluminescent fluids. It's believed that this
I've also never heard of this shark either.
imitation whale squirts glow-in-the-dark ink as a distraction against predators. We say believed because we can only assume off of the 2 specimens that have ever been caught. What's not a theory is that this baby-faced bioluminescent flashlight has invariably increased my will to live. Although you could say that about any shark here. And on top of that, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm going to humbly beg you not to use this video as an excuse to cuddle up to a shark. Not only could that be remarkably
I
bad
definitely
for your
will
health,
not.
but treating a whole predator like a sea puppy might be just as bad as seeing every
Oh, whale
shark as
shark.
another installment of Jaws.
Oh, God.
You can love them, hate them, I'd rather you love them, but damn it, you're gonna respect them. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother,
Oh.
do not hug a shark, please.
Whoa.
Touch grass, call your father. Thank you all for another great year, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
Oh. Oh no.
He didn't get your piece, did he?
Oh my God, he did. Oh my God. Oh, thank God. That man lives to see another day. He just got a little stomach bite. Oh, that was a bit terrifying. Wow, that was really fun. I actually found new shark species. There were a couple in there I've never heard of before. What was your favorite? Let me know. I think my favorite was that newest one. Unfortunately, I'm a sucker for sharks that are for any marine life that's like newly discovered, barely studied. We don't know anything about them. That's usually my favorite. So yeah, and also bioluminescence. And this picture, so cute. I hope one day during one of those NOAA like deep sea live streams where they go down with the water drone or whatever it's called. I hope one day they catch one of these little guys on film and they catch the bioluminescence and see what the purpose of it is. If it's really for distracting predators or what. Oh, that'd be so cool. Noah, fulfill my dreams for me. Hi! Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please don't forget to give a like to the video and subscribe to my channel. I also stream live on Twitch, so follow me on Twitch and turn on notifications to know when I go live. I hope to see you there. Bye!